You muted. No, you froze. Second time around. See, you froze again.
Second time around with Smokey and Tammy.
Yeah!
Hi, I'm Tammy.
And I'm Smokey.
And welcome to Second Time Around 7. So I wanted to start off today's conversation with something that I heard on one of the other social media platforms. A wife was asked, what is the weakest part in their relationship? Frazier, excuse me, Smokey, what is the weakest part in our relationship? And what do you think is the strongest part in our relationship?
You're not going to make me put my foot in my mouth again. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the weakest part of our relationship?
I'm going to say we could probably stand to have a little more patience. There are times when either one of us can get extremely frustrated, either with each other or with the process of whatever we're doing. Like there's maybe schoolwork or work or podcasting and virtual learning. And just, when everybody's not on the same page, patience wears thin.
Sure.
So my needs may not be your needs at the time. And so I may get frustrated that we're not wanting or needing the same thing at the same time.
Wow, that's a great point. And that's probably a point that many people in marriages or relationships, couples are going to have. They're going to find themselves in that same situation, having their patience wear thin. So what else happens? You said so patience is our weak point, or a weak point for us. Mm-hmm. And what's a strong point for us?
I would say our strongest point is probably communication. We need to always be ready and open to communicate. Now, we may not be willing to communicate at the time that our patience is at its thinnest level, but taking the time out, gathering your thoughts, figuring out what it is you're trying to say and what it is you're trying to get across so that your partner can hear you is important. You can't just go in headstrong. You're going to listen to me and you're going to understand what I'm saying. If you know me personally, I'm a nurse and I need direct information given to me. It has to be specific so that I know what I'm doing. And so I communicate that to you. And I think if I communicate that clearly, then you understand what I'm saying and I can understand what you're saying.
But I think sometimes the problem might not be in what you say, but it might be in the delivery. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what you use? Isn't that what you say? Isn't that what you tell me? It's not necessarily what you say, but it's in the right. It's in how you say it. It's in the delivery, and I think that is absolutely correct. Because if I'm asking you to pass me the salt, can you pass me the salt? Most likely you're going to pass me the salt. But if I say pass me the salt, you can get your own salt. Right. You just know that that's going to come. So so that's absolutely correct. And I think with that patience part, that's a very good part of self-healing and knowing yourself and knowing your spouse, knowing when they're at their breaking point, when they really can't take any much more, too much more. So let me ask you this: as a diabetic, I've come to know that sometimes there comes a time when I need to just stop everything I'm doing and attend. As a non-diabetic and just a sometimes angry black male, can you tell some things with me?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I know last weekend things were a little touchy with us, and
we were touchy. Ooh, yes.
But once we took I think maybe about a half hour, 45 minutes to separate, I said, wait, He's not upset with me. He's upset with whatever this process is. And so I knew you weren't hearing what I was saying or the question I was asking you because I needed clarity. And so once I figured out a way to rephrase my question and come to you with what is it that you were doing so that I can understand, because I'm not a mind reader. And I think you thought I knew everything that you were doing, all the steps you were taking, and that was not the case. So
I gotta go into a personal room right quick. Hold on one second. Gentlemen, don't fall for the trick. Women are mind readers. Matter of fact, that's the ventriloquist dummy. Yeah, they put the voices in your. Never mind. I'm sorry. We'll talk later, gentlemen. She says she's not a mind reader.
No,
okay?
I'm not.
Okay.
So I did not know what you were doing at the time, and I just needed some answers. And so I did take that time out because I know I can come to you with anything. And with your spouse, you should be able to share anything with them. No holds barred. You should be able to communicate with that one person. And so I just had to recollect myself and figure out how to share what I needed from you. And then I think you got what you needed from me in response.
Ow! You were touchy again. So question for you. In listening to what you're saying, there's a phrase that comes to mind that you say quite often about being honest and
it's hot. It's hot. Honest, open, and transparent.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. And I think that works for people in marriages, especially when you're talking about patience getting thin. Because when patience getting thin, it's important for you to understand, or it's important for both sides to understand, okay, I'm tired right now, and I'm probably not the most receptive, or you're on 10 right now. You're full of energy right now. You might want to dial it back a bit, and we can try again later. That goes both ways. But cancels out.
Right.
What is our strongest suit?
Communication.
Communication. You already said communication?
I already said communication.
Oh my goodness. See?
We're communicating, sir. And so,
I done messed up.
Like you said, it's in the delivery. And so, again, you just got to take that step back, collect your thoughts, think about what it is that you really want to know, need to say, got to get out. But you have to consider your delivery and be sure to not belittle, okay? Because you are in a team.
Good point.
And so whatever affects you is going to affect your spouse.
Good point.
Okay. And that's what I did. I took a step back. I came back to you. We spoke softly. We spoke calmly. We took turns instead of talking at the same time and trying to out yell somebody.
Now, how do you do that in a house full of people?
You find the quiet room. I mean, I don't like to do any of this in front of the children. I don't want any of our grandchildren seeing us argue, fuss, and fight, because we do argue and fuss.
Do we?
Okay. Yeah, not a lot, but we
do.
do. Yes. And so that's when we need to take that time out for us, whether it's sitting in a car, sitting in the driveway, going to our bedroom, but going to the bedroom, people still knocking on doors and asking for chips. But if it really needs to be that one-on-one and we have to separate ourselves, then that's what we do. We'll step outside. We'll go for a ride to the 7-Eleven, say what we gotta say. Okay, but we'll take turns. It's so we're not, so that we're communicating effectively. So
we're still communication. So there's still communication, even if it's that we have to take a 4 or 5 minute break. It's still communication, because I'm letting you know that right now I'm not at a point where I can receive, or right now I'm engrossed in something else. Right now, you don't have my full attention.
Right.
And that's what you need, or that's what you should have when you're communicating effectively, the full attention of the other individual.
Correct.
All right. So we talked about 2 things today. The last thing that I want to talk about before we part ways today is a little birdie told me that you have an anniversary coming up.
Well, I could have sworn you had one coming up as well.
Oh, kill him! How about that? Yeah, a little birdie told me that we have an anniversary come up. Thanks, Google Calendar, for the reminder, for the save. Google for the save. Yeah, so this year we are going to do something a little different. You want to tell them about what we're going to do?
Well, normally for our anniversary, we'll get a room for a couple of days, maybe a room with a kitchen, a suite with a kitchen, so that we can prepare our meal, but just some time to get away from the hustle and bustle and all the children and the grands and the adults in the house. But this year, we wanted to go someplace different, although we're still in the middle of a pandemic. And so we had talked about going to one of the Gordon Ramsay restaurants. And so we located one near our home, but it wasn't open for reservations yet. And so we were going to try.
It's 150 miles away, y'all.
So we looked for reservations at another one that was further out. Now, Smokey did tell me that the closer one does have reservations available, that they just recently opened. So we'll be going to the Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse for our anniversary dinner. So I'm really looking forward to it because your girl really likes a medium rare steak. And I'm always drooling over the beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington.
Yes. So we'll definitely try the beef Wellington. Let you guys know how it came out.
Right.
And
exactly.
I don't know. I haven't decided what the second dish will be yet. But we'll share. Definitely, we will share with each other so we can enjoy what they have served. But just to get away for the weekend, I'm not sure if we really have any other plans other than to rest and relax. But we'll see, and we'll take pictures, videos, and we'll be sure to share with you guys.
Very good. Very good. All right. And with that, we ask that you follow us on everything at 2XAround7. 2X, the word around 7, which is second time around 7.
Remember to like, follow, subscribe at 2XAround7.
And we also just added a Cash App. So if you're feeling generous and you want to spend $3 instead of a caramel macchiato, you can go ahead and send $3 to our Cash App at second time around 7 or 2XAround7 as well. So
now for our next episode, we're going to talk about health for men and women. And just know it won't be just another COVID conversation. So we look forward to chatting with you again soon.
I like what you did there.
Thank you, Smokey.
And thank you, Tammy. I'm Smokey.
I'm Tammy.
And we are off the air.
Bye.
You muted. No, you froze. Second time around. See, you froze again.
Second time around with Smokey and Tammy.
Yeah!